is it believable based on what the text that we saw from Brett McMurphy on this subject that Urban's wife never told him what was going on in the text exchange between her and Courtney Smith?
Well, that's a difficult thing because there's certainly, as far as I've read the report from Brett McMurphy and from what I have done digging up myself, there's no straight line to Urban that says he for a fact knew about this. I'm not saying I disagree with Courtney Smith. I'm just saying we don't have hard evidence of that just yet. But to your point, it is very difficult to believe that if Shelley Meyer knew about this, that she did not tell her husband. And Urban at Big Ten Media Days, it's interesting talking about something completely unrelated. I don't even know why he was asked, but he was asked specifically about his relationship with Shelley and how she sort of helps him run things. And he made a joke about her, like talking about when to run the quarterback and when not to, but he got serious and he talked about how they share everything, how she's his greatest confidant. They've been partners, I believe, for 29 years, been married for 29 years. It doesn't seem like they keep anything from each other from the way he described it. So maybe in the end, that could be a damning quote from him because with what he said about his wife, it's very hard to believe that she would not have told him this if she knew it.
And it's just so, when you talk again about another man's wife or another woman's husband, when you talk about spouses, it just puts things on a completely different plane when you're talking about a job and who gets to stay in it or not. So it seems to me, Bill, you could tell me if I'm wrong, that in this investigation that Ohio State is doing, the ultimate witness here is going to be Urban Meyer's wife, to ask her point blank, did you tell him or not? And ask him point blank, did your wife tell you or not? And that's going to be whether or not Urban Meyer stays as head football coach at Ohio State. Am I missing something on that front?
No, I think I agree with that with what we know at the moment. And it's not to paint Urban in the light of being victimized here in any way, but it does put him in a tough spot that if that is the case and they can prove that she didn't tell him and they want to keep him as head coach, then he has to go up in front of America and like put the blame on his wife. That's a difficult road to go down. So, which that's part of what leads me to believe that even if they can prove that Urban didn't know this, the PR of it all, I think could still lead to Ohio State making a coaching change or Urban deciding to step aside or something that ends with him not being the head coach, even if it is found out that he did not know about this.
And I ask this question with respect in the utmost ginger way. What's going on with the wrestling team? Does that add any extra, I guess, sensitivity to getting this right, if you will, Bill?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, Ohio State is dealing with a whole other monster with the rampant reports of sexual abuse by a former team doctor and wrestlers and other athletes. So they can't have two things blowing up in their face on the PR front. So, yeah, they have to get both of them right, obviously. And they're investigating the doctor, and they say they're investigating Urban. But obviously, when you have two things going on at once, it puts much more pressure on you to make sure you get them both right and handle it the right way.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.